Broadcasting, and his wife, Chief Mrs. Kofuola Adebutu, Alhaji Razak Okoya, Chairman of Eleganza Industries, and wife, Mrs. Shade Okoya, General Ikewachukwu, and others. The very first item on the agenda of the convocation was the installation of the Chancellor of the Lagos State University, Honorable Justice Oguntade, CON, who stepped forward for the formalities, which was quickly done. Following that was the constitution of the congregation for the convocation by the Chancellor of the Lagos State University, which was heralded by the convocation fanfare and addressed by the Chancellor of the University. In his inaugural address as the fourth Chancellor of the Lagos State University since it was established in 1983, Honorable Justice Adeshola Oguntade paid homage to the foresight and vision of the founding fathers of the institution. The first civilian governor of Lagos State, Alhaji Lateef Jakonde, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and successive governors of Lagos State, who kept faith religiously as the main financiers of activities of the institution in providing the necessary wherewithal for the smooth running of the institution.
Here at the Lagos State University, I am told that a new dawn has begun. There are many other people who are passionate about LASU and just cannot wait to see LASU flying higher among the world's citadel of excellence. But what is it that we lack in order to attain this greater height? Permit me to recall the story of one rich man who had a passionate desire to inherit the kingdom of God. Though rich and fulfilled in a worldly sense, he felt a need. He wanted to possess the greatest treasure a mortal person could ever have. So he came to Jesus Christ and asked, "What must I do to inherit the kingdom of God?" Christ gives him the immediate requirements, and the seeker says, "All this I have, but what do I lack now?" Jesus Christ tells the seeker, "One thing thou lackest. Today, LASU is like the rich man, rich with supporters, rich in location, rich with committed intellectuals, men and women, high caliber professionals, diligent students, name it, that an institution needs to mount to great heights. But one thing we lack. That one thing that we lack is the subject of my appeal. Once we have it, we shall be there. Once we maintain it, we are there, and the sky will not be our limit."
Justice Adeshola Oguntade said that he had been following the happenings in the institution with keen interest and was happy to note that peace has finally returned to the university, and he promised to build on the current momentum.
To our graduates, I congratulate you and felicitate with your parents, guardians, friends, and well-wishers. Tough time is said not to last, but tough people do, and you are among the tough ones. I have no doubt you are promising great leaders. You are worthy ambassadors of LASU, and you will continue to remain true to the ideals of excellence and fly higher in every good endeavor of life. Go out and represent the new LASU. The LASU you are proud of, and the LASU you will be proud of going forward.
Thereafter, there were congratulatory and goodwill messages from vice-chancellors of sister universities across Nigeria, either represented or through appearance, after which they presented the scroll of their institutions as a token of solidarity. The Pro-Chancellor and Chairman of the Council of Lagos State University, Professor Adebayo M.A. Ninalowo, also addressed the convocation, in which he congratulated the new graduates and advised all students to join hands with the institution to build on the new mood of friendship and brotherhood gradually permeating the system so that the institution can quickly achieve greater heights. The Pro-Chancellor announced at the gathering that the Lagos State University radio station, which was solely sponsored by Sir Kesintin Adebutu, has begun operation in the main campus on 95.7 FM in Lagos State. Once again, he extended the profound gratitude of the Lagos State University to philanthropist extraordinaire Sir Kesintin Adebutu.
It is a day set aside for the celebration of the achievements of the university in the area of teaching, research, and community services. The Executive Governor of Lagos State and visitor to the Lagos State University, through the instrumentality of the law establishing the university, recently reconstituted the Governing Council of Lagos State University, which was inaugurated on Tuesday, 22nd September 2015, with a mandate to restore some semblance of peace and equilibrium to the university. Since its inauguration, the 10th Governing Council, composed of tested and accomplished personalities in the academia, public service, and the private sector, has made giant strides in restoration of peace to the university. It is in that regard that we give unalloyed kudos to all staff unions and students for practically being partners in progress. I appreciate everybody, please.
The award of postgraduate diploma, admission to higher degree, master's, academic, professorial and doctorate of philosophy degree was next. Proud recipients of the various degrees who exuded a lot of excitement and sense of fulfillment stepped forward to receive the degrees and handshake from the Chancellor of the institution, Justice Adeshola Ogutade. Next was a convocation address by the Vice Chancellor of the Lagos State University, Professor Olarewaju Adigun Fagbon, who congratulated the newly installed Chancellor of the institution and the new graduates. In his address, the Vice Chancellor asked for the cooperation of all stakeholders in the task of putting LASU on the front line of academic excellence where it rightfully belongs. Again, he reaffirmed the resolve of the new management of Lagos State University to engage in inclusive governance, consultative approach to robustly and consistently engage in open, honest, and constructive communication on critical issues bordering on welfare of staff and students. The provision of top quality education to produce graduates whose qualifications are socially applicable and internationally recognized.
Vision without action is merely a dream. Action without vision just passes the time. When vision and action come together, they achieve remarkably impressive change. Sir, this is what you have achieved for the Lagos State University. Under what I will call Operation Renovate LASU, Your Excellency tarred our entire road network, repaired our drainage system, released funds to complete all ongoing projects initiated by the state government, revamp our water system and light up the entire university. You have also signed into law provisions that will ensure enduring peace in our university.
The award of Doctor of Philosophy, PhD degrees, was the main highlight of the 20th convocation of Lagos State University. In the address of the visitor of the university, Governor Akinwumi Ambode of Lagos State, whose address was greeted with healthy applause, intermittently he restated the resolve of the state to, under his watch, increase its financial support to the institution so that Lagos State University can quickly catch up in any area it is still lagging behind. Governor Akinwumi Ambode publicly proclaimed that students of the Lagos State University can now begin to live on campus because adequate arrangements have been made for this. He was happy to note that despite its challenges, Lagos State University still tops the table as the best state university in Nigeria and number 12 on the overall scale of all universities in the country. He congratulated the newly installed Chancellor of the university and urged him to bring his broad experience in different areas to bear to take the university to the highest pedestal and university education in Nigeria.
I am glad that the repositioning of LASU, a conscious initiative of our administration and driven by the present council and management, is making a positive impact. The university has begun to reap benefits of efforts in this regard, with its recent ranking as the best state university in Nigeria. And 11th overall best among scores of public universities in the country, and we are moving up. I am proud of this feat, and I congratulate the council, the management and senate of LASU for this laudable achievement. Our vision for LASU is to produce the next generation of leaders, innovators and entrepreneurs who will not be looking for employment, but they will be job creators and employers of labor. With this in mind, and considering the current unemployment statistics, Lagos State government has proactively instituted a program that will enable fresh graduates become job creators rather than job seekers.
The Vice Chancellor of Lagos State University, Honorable Justice Adeshola Oguntade, conducted the closing of the congregation to formally bring into an end the proceedings at the 20th convocation ceremony of Lagos State University with the convocation fanfare, school anthem, and national anthem for the exits of the academic procession in the reverse order.
The Bisola Show, BOS, brings you a special package on the 2016 graduation of the University of Liverpool, and this took place on Friday, 22nd July 2016, on the university grounds. With hearts filled with joy and immense gratitude to God for providing my wife and I the special grace and enablement to see our last child, the baby of the family, Gabriel Adedapo Latilo, through his 3-year program in the University of Liverpool, at the end of which he has succeeded in becoming one of the latest ambassadors of the institution to join the growing network of global alumni of the University of Liverpool. To God be the glory. Dr. Olatilo has bagged a bachelor degree in engineering with honors in civil engineering, class 2, division 1, from the Faculty of Science and Engineering, University of Liverpool. Graduation day is the most important date in the university calendar and a sacred milestone in the life of the student and his or her parents. Indeed, some academicians posit that there are a few earthly things more important than university education, because a university stands out distinctly and shines as Dr. Olatilo joins 195,000 alumni of the University of Liverpool from 200 countries of the world as the next generation leaders ready to unleash the transformational power of university education they acquired from one of the outward-looking and leading research universities in the world. The Vice Chancellor of the university offers them more tips to properly equip them with the challenges of the world which do not stop at borders. The 60-year-old Vice Chancellor of the University of Liverpool, Janet Baer, who has been the Vice Chancellor of the institution from February 2015, is a graduate of the University of Reading and Warwick University with a fellowship at Yale University. She was one time the special advisor to House of Commons on Education and Skills Select Committee. The Vice Chancellor of the University of Liverpool, Mrs. Janet Baer, advised all the students to be defined by their behaviors drawn from the advancement of learning and academic training from one of the best universities in the world.
It's a great privilege for me to be here today to celebrate this important milestone with you, new graduates. Welcome to your graduation ceremony. Graduation week is the most important date in the university calendar and one of life's most significant landmarks for you all. It's wonderful to see you here on this happy day, together with your families and the friends who've supported you through your time as a student, and alongside my colleagues here on this platform, have been with you every step of the way. In this degree ceremony, we have the opportunity to celebrate your success, but also to pause for a moment to reflect on the significance of your achievement. Over the course of your studies, you will have spent many a long day and night working toward your degree. No one gains such a qualification without knowing how to turn off their mobile phone. What I meant to say was, no one gains such a qualification without both ability and determination to turn off that mobile phone. And it's the strength of character and tenacity that you've shown as much as your academic prowess that we celebrate today. During your time at Liverpool, you will have made new friends and networks, and you will have met people from different countries and cultures. You will probably have had debates and disagreements, but I hope that your academic training means that you will have learned to disagree well, something we all need to do in a tolerant, civilized society. And over the last few months, we have not always, as a nation, managed to live up to the principle of disagreeing well. As we face the considerable challenges of the years ahead, it will be of the first importance to remember that our behaviors define us, and that we must stand up and be counted when we see others suffering the effects of prejudice or discrimination. Graduates, I have faith and trust in you, the next generation of leaders of our region, our country, our world. I have faith and trust in your capacity to change things for the better, to do what your time at university has prepared you for, to base your principles and your actions upon evidence and reason, to trust expert opinion, and to treat your fellow citizens with respect and consideration. The challenges which face us are global. Disease and climate change do not stop at borders, and it's through international collaboration and partnership that we will conquer them. As you graduate today, I'm sure that you'll agree that we must continue to provide opportunities for everyone with the ability and motivation to study at university to be able to do so. The future success and well-being of our society and our economy depends on our ability to draw from the widest possible pool of talent.
The highlight of the graduation ceremony was when the graduating students from the various faculties of the university came out one after the other, exuding a lot of joy and sense of fulfillment to have successfully accomplished the task set out for them 3 years ago. A total of 7,700 students from different countries of the world are among the 23,000-strong students pursuing studies in different disciplines in the University of Liverpool. Once again, Biscayne Communications heartily congratulates all the students who graduated in the 2015-2016 academic session in the University of Liverpool in the United Kingdom, particularly our own Gabriel Adedapo Olatilo, the online editor of BOS Edge Youth Magazine. Here's wishing you all the best in your next line of action.
Ilyas bin Muhammad Zakir. Jack Moores. Adedapo Gabriel Olatilo. Thomas George Phillips.
The celebration of the 25th coronation anniversary of His Royal Majesty Oba Dr. Sir Michael Adeni Shonaiwo Enijubo II, CON, which has kept the entire Romoland in a state of frenzy and excitement in the last 7 days, has finally come to a crescendo with a most befitting climax that will leave a most lasting impression in the minds of many people. The support and solidarity demonstrated towards their Caribou Romoland by all Remo people from home and abroad from the beginning of the week-long celebration was followed to a logical conclusion to the very last day. The traditional institution members of the organizing committee of the Akaribo's 25th coronation anniversary, sons and daughters of Remoland, some of whom adorned the special Ankara fabric chosen for the event, who were strategically positioned at vantage points in the arena, played the role of the perfect host and hostesses as they attended to the guest with a smile at every turn, displaying the legendary hospitality disposition of the average Remo indigene that comes naturally with them, no matter their status in society. We're talking about the quality of the dignitaries on parade at the grand finale of Akaribo's 25th coronation anniversary, which can easily pass as top of the end of the society, most spheres of importance. Remoland will not forget in a hurry the intimidating aggregation of the very recognizable personalities who are either in the category of past or present public office holders at the different levels of government or corridors of power in the land, as is most appropriately put. Among them were former President Olusegun Obasanjo, former Chief of General Staff, retired Lieutenant General Oladipo Dia, former Ogun State Governor Otumba Gbenga Daniel, the Awujale and paramount ruler of Ijebuland, Oba Dr. Sikiru Kaude Adesina, CFR, who stormed the event with a rich retinue of frontline traditional rulers from Ijebu Kingdom, was also joined by the Oba of Lagos, His Royal Majesty Oba Rilwan Akiolu I. The chief host of the occasion was the Governor of Ogun State, Senator Bikule Amusu, who in addition joined his accountant colleagues to celebrate the Akaribo of Remoland, who was an accountant of long-standing status, having qualified as far back as 1963. For the personality that occupied the most preeminent position at the event, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Professor Yemi Oshibajo, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, GCON, was a proud son of Remoland. It was a grand homecoming for him, and indeed his first major outing at a social function of that grandeur among his people since he assumed the mantle of leadership as nation's #2 citizen. For him to have stayed the full course of the program in spite of his other competing schedules testifies to the fact that Vice President Yemi Oshibajo, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, really holds their Akaribo in very high esteem. All Remo people at home and abroad, without any exception at all, went all out to put at the disposal of their revered and most respected Akaribo whenever they can muster to make his 25th coronation anniversary a roaring success. The band, one of Nigeria's most successful artists of the new generation mold, who at the last count had cleared all the awards on the African continent and currently giving global music stars a run for their talents, the very proud son of Remoland from Shagamu entertained the esteemed audience, who were very happy to have him in their midst as a proud son of the soil, making the Remo nation proud in the entertainment world. Bishop of Remo Diocese, the Right Reverend Michael Akinwale, formally signaled the commencement of the event, which was ably piloted by Kunle Bantefa, a prolific actor and producer, another proud son of Remoland. It's indeed a symbolic celebration for the Akaribo of Remoland, Obadeni Sonariwo, in many respects. It's been an eventful 25 years on the throne, marked by peace and unity among all Remo people and development in the land. The huge attendance of happy Remo people that showed up at all the events to celebrate the Akaribo's 25th coronation anniversary speaks to the love and respect they all have for a father who has demonstrated an unparalleled love and steadfast commitment to the growth of Remo nation. These were the sentiments expressed by all those who paid glowing tribute to Obadeni Shonariwo at the event. In his remarks, Otumba S.K. Onofuokon, OON, Owen, the chairman of the organizing committee for the Akaribo's 25th coronation anniversary, urged four Remo indigents to be united and work towards realizing a more integrated Remo agenda, which is based on mutual trust, shared future, and shared cultural values. Otoba Eskil, who congratulated the celebrant on his 25th coronation anniversary, asked all indigents of Remo to support the Akaribo in the earnest task of transforming Remo into an investment destination of first choice in Nigeria. Otomba Onofo solicited the assistance of the state and federal governments to make the environment conducive for investors and investments.
It is passionate to share the joy of today with our power ruler of our doctors, Michael Adini Chonariwo, for his relentless fatherly role as demonstrated since assumption on the throne on 14th July 1990. Let me reiterate that while there is honest task ahead of all of us in transforming Remo into an investment destination of first choice, we must endeavor to remain committed to the realization that investment is not sentimental and will be placed at the disposal of those that make the environment conducive for the investors, be it government or community.
Former President Olusegun Obasanjo, GCFR, who spoke in Yoruba language, also congratulated the Akaribo for celebrating 25 years on the throne of his forefathers with robust achievements and in very good health. He prayed that God will preserve him in continued good health so that the people of Remo land will continue to tap from his wisdom to navigate through the challenges of life as they come. Governor Ibikule Amosu of Ogun State conveyed the fraternal greetings of the government and people of Ogun State to the father of Remo Nation, whom he said has served as a source of inspiration to Ogun State and indeed Nigeria in the last 25 years of his reign. Governor Ibikule Amosu stated that the record-breaking achievements of the Akaribo in the development of Remo land and its environs will remain a reference point for others to emulate. Governor Amosu described Obadeni Shonariwo as someone with a broad exposure and vast understanding of the traditional system of governance. He wished him more speed as it trudges on in life.
We are all happy with you, and we pray that as we are celebrating this 25th coronation anniversary, that we will live long enough that we will celebrate the golden jubilee, the 50 years of throne. That is our prayer for you. And let me assure our people in Remo that all of those projects and programs that we have started, we will complete all of them by the grace of God.
In the Silver Jubilee Coronation Anniversary Address of the Akaribo Romoland over Dr. Adeni Shonariwo, Irijubo II, CON, he looked at the bumpy road of his installation as the Akaribo Romoland 25 years ago, which almost claimed his life. We thank God for the grace given to him to be strong, alive and kicking on the throne of his forefathers as he celebrates 25 years on the throne.
I, in a very loud voice, give praise, adoration, and thanks to the Almighty God, the giver of all good things, for giving me this unique privilege and opportunity to celebrate a Silver Jubilee anniversary on the throne of the Akaribo and the paramount ruler of Remo Kingdom.
The Akaribo took stock of the gains recorded by his administration in the areas of education, security, and provision of jobs for the teeming youths of Remo Kingdom.
Every town in Remo administers justice among its citizens without fear or favor. The fundamental human rights of our people are adequately protected. It is said that education is a bedrock for the development of any society. To this extent, the Development Association awards scholarships to brilliant and deserving students in all our institutions of learning at all levels.
The Akarigbo solicited the help of the federal government in the repair of the road that links Ikorodu to Shagamu, which he said is still in dilapidated condition till today.
Between Ikorodu and Shagamu, the road has been very terrible. And every time we have a down section in the express, that would have been another road that could have helped, but it's in bad condition. And again, we are taking the opportunity, now that we have the presidential advance, they should look into this for. It is not only for them, but it is that road. It's meant for the whole of the country.
The Akarigbo touched briefly on the issue of the creation of Ijebu or Remo State, which he says is long overdue, whichever way it goes.
This is an appropriate step and venue to discuss the creation of the so-called states, Ijebu State. Every Nigerian is aware that this province is #1 province in Nigeria, and it is the one that will be given appropriate attention. But for reason best known to the ministry, it is not grant out. We are still on the move, and we will give up.
The Akarigbo of Remoland, Obadeni Shonari, was joined by all the dignitaries, including the Vice President, Professor Yemi Oshibajo, with the cutting of his anniversary cake, which was conducted by former President Olusegun Obasanjo.
2021, 22, 23, 24, 25.
Posthumous awards were given to 4 illustrious sons of Remoland in appreciation of their exceptional performance, sterling leadership qualities, and immense contributions to the rapid development of Remo, Ogun State, and Nigeria. He was honored while the late sage Chief Jeremiah Obafemi Awolowo was installed as the General Grand Commander of Remoland. Posthumously, he was represented by his daughter, Ambassador Tokunbo Awolowo Dusumu. The award was presented by Vice President Yemi Oshibajo. Late Chief M.S. Showale, who was represented by one of his sons, was also giving a posthumous award of the Grand Commander of Remoland. Late Chief Matthew Adekoya Okupe Agbomagbe, who established Wema Bank, the oldest indigenous commercial bank in Nigeria, was also given an award of the Grand Commander of Remo. He was also represented. The award was presented by former Governor Benga Daniel of Ogun State. Late Sir Hassan Odukale, an insurance magnate, was also honored posthumously with the award of the Grand Commander of Remoland. In his keynote address, Vice President Yemi Oshibajo, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, GCON, who said he was proud to be part of the great celebration as a worthy son of the soil, congratulated the Akarigbo for being a shining example of the entire Remo nation, Ogun State and Nigeria, in the way he had piloted the affairs of the Remoland in the last 25 years. We wish him more years of peaceful reign on the stool of his forefathers. Vice President Yemi Oshibajo, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, GCON, stunned the audience with a prepared address delivered in impeccable and faultless Yoruba language.
Ó yẹ ká dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ kábíyèsí fún ipa tí wọ́n ń kó láti rí wípé ìjọba àpapọ̀ orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà gbé ìpàgọ́ àwọn agùnbánirọ̀ wá sí ìlú Ṣàgámù síwájú sí ilé ẹ̀kọ́ fún àwọn oníṣègùn òyìnbó náà kò ṣẹ̀yìn wọn. Nígbà tó gorí ìtẹ́, àwọn adigunjalè gba ìlú kan. Ṣùgbọ́n kábíyèsí dá vigilante sílẹ̀ láti dáàbò bo ìlú. Ìlú bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí rójú, ìlú bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ráyè. Ẹ wo bí Ṣàgámù dẹ̀ ti gbòòrò tó nísìn. Kábíyèsí ìgbà yín sàn wá sálàáfíà. Aboyún bímọ wẹ́rẹ́, àgàn ń tọwọ́ bòsùn, à ń kọ́lé mọ́lé. Àwọn ọmọ wa ń di sàràkí ìlú. wọ́n ń dá ilé-iṣẹ́ sílẹ̀, ilé ìtura, ọjà ńláńlá, ìlú Rẹ́mọ ń gbòòrò sí ní ìgbà tí ó máa yẹ ká dúpẹ́.
Which he ended with a song he rendered in his native Remo dialects, as he was joined by all to sing a congratulatory song for their Caribou.
Bàbá wa, ara rẹ̀ á le. Bàbá wa, ara rẹ̀ á le. Alálàáfíà, àpẹẹrẹ ni o.
The vote of thanks is given by Ramon Taiwo Alimi, the chairman of the Publicity Subcommittee of Akaribo's 25th coronation anniversary. The event ended as King Sonny Ade, King of World Beat, took on the celebrant and others with a stop-flight inimitable beats. All eyes were permanently fixed on former President Olusegun Obasanjo and the Oba of Lagos, as they both attempted to use that auspicious platform to bury the rumored forced relationship between them. Or is it that the press is the one crying more than the bereaved? Biscom Communications heartily congratulates Oba Deni Shonariwu. To celebrate the 25th coronation anniversary of the ascension to the throne of the Caribou and paramount ruler of Remoland, Oba Michael Adenis Shonariwu, CON, was marked with the launching of a book on Remo Kingdom titled Remo in Yoruba History. The event attracted a diverse assemblage of the leading lights in all spheres of Nigerian life, especially of Remo extraction. The traditional rulers of all categories from Remoland were also there in their legion. The book, which puts into perspectives the evolution of Remo Kingdom, also traces the journey of the ancient kingdom from centuries past to its present state, with Oba Dr. Michael Adeni Shonariwu, the Caribou of Remoland, commended for his visionary and purposeful leadership qualities, which has helped to set Remo people distinctly apart in the last 25 years. With this, the Caribou of Remoland, Oba Dr. Michael Adeni Shonariwu, has consolidated his position as the undisputed father of the Remo nation. The book was generously launched and endorsed by indigents of Remoland and their friends. The high point of Day 5 of the celebration of their Caribou's 25th coronation anniversary was a conferment of traditional chieftaincy titles and deserving personalities from different callings in life, who have, through their professional endeavors in life, made the difference with the way they have impacted lives in their communities and the larger societies. The preponderance of those honored by their Caribou of Remoland are indigents of Remoland, who have flown the flag of Remo Kingdom with a lot of pride and responsibility while discharging their functions at the hands of affairs in public or private sectors. Prominent among the awardees were Otumba Oyefeso, installed as the Are Gbogbo of Remoland. Otumba Sheni Adetu, the proud son of Remoland, who today remains the youngest managing director of the multinational beverage manufacturing company, Guinness Nigeria PLC, a position he piloted for many years with a riveting success story. In fact, Otumba Sheni Adetu took Guinness Nigeria PLC to its next level of development.
Otumba, ọmọ ọba nílẹ̀ gbogbo tó ń ṣe bàjẹ́ tó ń ṣe kiri ọmọ náà adẹ̀tìyàn ọmọọba nìyẹn wàá dẹ̀ dùpẹ́ pé ó ní kábàámọ̀ ìlànà ọmọdé ọmọ adé tó dàbí adé tí máa rán góòlù bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ó ní bínú ṣùgbọ́n agbára. kábíyèsí òkú yẹ̀yẹ́ alóko yẹ̀yẹ́ dàda àmọ́ ìlú ó ní bínú ṣùgbọ́n agbára náà àjọṣe yìí ní báyìí ìlérí ìlérí náà. àtúgbà ayé àyàfọ̀ ẹ̀ máa ti kíyàn ní ó ní ti níyà ó ní ti lọ́wọ́ ó ní ti lọ rẹ̀ agbára náà àríjú àríyọ̀ ilẹ̀ máa ṣe káàbíyèsí ọ̀nà ìmọ̀dà ìpàtó káàbíyèsí.
Also honored were other prominent sons and daughters of Remo Kingdom, who are first among equals in their enterprises. The installation ceremony was performed by the Akaribo Remoland over Dr. Michael Adeni Shonaru CON, as the recipients took their turns one after the other to be honored. The very colorful event was witnessed by friends and family members of the awardees who accompanied them from different parts of the country. The message that resonates very clearly is that an award like this is a clarion call on all that there's always a day to recognize industry, brilliance, commitment to set goals, and philanthropic deeds. With these at the back of the mind of everyone, service to humanity should be the prime motivation for excellence in whatever we do. The event of Day 5 of the celebration of the Akaribo's 25 years on the throne ended on a musical note. To balance the religious equation of Remo people on an equal keel, Muslim faithfuls from the different Islamic denominations gathered at the Akaribo's palace in Shagamu on Friday, 24th of July 2015. This is to offer special prayers for the continued peace and development of Remoland, Ogun State, Oba Shoneru and his family, and Nigeria. It will be recalled that an interdenominational church service had earlier been held, which jump-started celebrations marking the Akaribo's 25th coronation anniversary. The special prayer session for the Akaribo Remoland, his family, Ogun State and Nigeria, which featured the presence of leading Muslim clerics from all Islamic denominations in Remoland, Ogun State and Nigeria, began with recitation of special portions of the Holy Quran and prayers for the different sectors of the land, taken by different clerics. Clerics prayed for God's quick intervention to bring the insurgency that has been ravaging the northern part of the country for years to an end, so that the people of the areas can begin to live a normal life like other Nigerians. There are also prayers for good health for the Akaribo to be able to continue to pilot the affairs of Remoland. There were prayers for Ogun State and Nigeria. The clerics prayed for God's guidance of President Muhammadu Buhari as he gets set to put the nation back on course. The vote of thanks was given by Otumba Eske Onofookan OON, the Asiwaju Remo Kingdom, who was the chairman of the organizing committee of the Akaribo's 25th coronation anniversary. In the special interview BOS had with the Akaribo Remoland, Oba Michael Adeni Shoneru Olujubo II, he talked about the journey to the throne, the twists and turns on the road, and the challenges of presiding over the people of Remoland, whom he described as Very discerning, politically aware, sophisticated, and very complex too in the last 25 years.
I have no cause to regret all the 25 years, because when I was coming, I knew I was coming to face challenges. I've worked for federal government for 37 years before I retired, and to come on the throne, I know it's going to be a challenge, but luckily enough, I was prepared for it. All the challenges, I've taken them up, and I've surmounted all the problems. I'm happy that my people do appreciate what I'm fighting for. My greatest challenge is that the people of Remo must be united. Unity of our Remo, I think it's a task that we all must do. And everybody has appreciated this and working towards it.
The Akarigbo also looked ahead into the future of Remo Kingdom. Oba Dr. Michael Adeni Shonariwo CON said that with its people who have contributed immensely to the development of Nigeria and its economic endowments, Remo land is more than qualified for a Remo state.
Even right now, Remo has everything it takes to be a nation. Resources, manhood, name it. We have it. What stops us being a nation? Talk less, fighting for the state. It's all right. They give us a state, fair enough. They call it a Remo state or a Ijebu state. Okay. If those on the other side are willing to go along with us or we go together, okay. But I assure you, in this Nigeria, we shall be number one.
The celebration of the 25th coronation anniversary of His Royal Majesty Oba Dr. Sir Michael Adeni Shonariwo Enijubo II, CON, which has kept the entire Remo land in a state of frenzy and excitement in the last 7 days, has finally come to a crescendo with a most befitting climax that will leave a most lasting impression in the minds of many people. The support and solidarity demonstrated towards the Akarigbo Remo land by all Remo people from home and abroad from the beginning of the week-long celebration was followed to a logical conclusion to the very last day. The traditional institution, members of the organizing committee of the Akarigbo's 25th coronation anniversary, sons and daughters of Remo land, some of whom adorned the special Ankara fabric chosen for the event, who were strategically positioned at vantage points in the arena, played the role of the perfect host and hostesses as they attended to the guests with a smile at every turn, displaying the legendary hospitality disposition of the average Remo indigene that comes naturally with them, no matter their status in society. We're talking about the quality of the dignitaries on parade at the grand finale of Akarigbo's 25th coronation anniversary, which can easily pass as top of the end of the society, most spheres of importance. Remo land will not forget in a hurry the intimidating aggregation of the very recognizable personalities who are either in the category of past or present public office holders at the different levels of government or corridors of power in the land, as is most appropriately put. Among them were former President Olusegun Obasanjo, former Chief of General Staff, retired Lieutenant General Oladipo Dia, former Ogun State Governor Otumba Gbenga Daniel, the Awujale and paramount ruler of Ijebu land, Oba Dr. Sikiru Kaude Adetono, CFR, who stormed the event with a rich retinue of frontline traditional rulers from Ijebu Kingdom, was also joined by the Oba of Lagos, His Royal Majesty Oba Rilwan Akiolu I. The chief host of the occasion was the Governor of Ogun State, Senator Bikoli Amusu, who in addition joined his accountant colleagues to celebrate the Akarigbo Remo land, who was an accountant of long-standing status, having qualified as far back as 1963. For the personality that occupied the most preeminent position at the event, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Professor Yemi Oshibajo, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, GCON, was a proud son of Remo land. It was a grand homecoming for him, and indeed his first major outing at a social function of that grandeur among his people since he assumed the mantle of leadership as nation's #2 citizen. For him to have stayed the full course of the program in spite of his other competing schedules testifies to the fact that Vice President Yemi Osinbajo, senior advocate of Nigeria, really holds their Caribou in very high esteem. All Remo people at home and abroad, without any exception at all, went all out to put at the disposal of their revered and most respected Caribou whenever they can muster to make his 25th coronation anniversary a roaring success. The band, one of Nigeria's most successful artists of the new generation mold, who at the last count had cleared all the awards on the African continent and currently giving global music stars a run for their talents, the very proud son of Remoland from Shagamu entertained the esteemed audience, who were very happy to have him in their midst as a proud son of the soil, making the Remo nation proud in the entertainment world. Bishop of Remo Diocese, the Right Reverend Michael Akinwale, formally signaled the commencement of the event, which was ably piloted by Kunle Bantefa, a prolific actor and producer, another proud son of Remoland. It's indeed a symbolic celebration for the Caribou of Remoland, Obadeni Sonariwo, in many respects. It's been an eventful 25 years on the throne, marked by peace and unity among all Remo people and development in the land. The huge attendance of happy Remo people that showed up at all the events to celebrate the Caribou's 25th coronation anniversary speaks to the love and respect they all have for a father who has demonstrated an unparalleled love and steadfast commitment to the growth of Remo nation. These were the sentiments expressed by all those who paid glowing tribute to Obadeni Shonariwo at the event. In his remarks, Otumba S.K. Onofowokon, OON, the chairman of the organizing committee for the Caribou's 25th coronation anniversary, urged all Remo indigents to be united and work towards realizing a more integrated Remo agenda, which is based on mutual trust, shared future, and shared cultural values. Otumba S.K. Onofowokon, who congratulated the celebrant on his 25th coronation anniversary, asked all indigents of Remo to support their Caribou in the earnest task of transforming Remo into an investment destination of first choice in Nigeria. Otumba Onofowokon solicited the assistance of the state and federal governments to make the environment conducive for investors and investments.
It is passionate to share the joy of today with our power ruler of our doctors, Michael Adeni Chonariwo, for his relentless fatherly role as demonstrated since assumption on the throne on 14th July 1990. Let me reiterate that while there is honest task ahead of all of us in transforming Remo into an investment destination of first choice, we must endeavor to remain committed to the realization that investment is not sentimental and will be placed at the disposal of those that make the environment conducive for the investors, the aid government or community.
Former President Olusegun Obasanjo, GCFR, who spoke in Yoruba language, also congratulated their Caribou for celebrating 25 years in the throne of his forefathers with robust achievements and in very good health. We pray that God will preserve him in continued good health so that the people of Remo land will continue to tap from his wisdom to navigate through the challenges of life as they come. Governor Ibikule Amosu of Ogun State conveyed the fraternal greetings of the government and people of Ogun State to the father of Remo Nation, whom he said has served as a source of inspiration to Ogun State and indeed Nigeria in the last 25 years of his reign. Governor Ibikule Amosu stated that the record-breaking achievements of the Akaribo in the development of Remo land and its environs will remain a reference point for others to emulate. Governor Amosu described Obadeni Shonariwo as someone with a broad exposure and vast understanding of the traditional system of governance. He wished him more speed as it trudges on in life.
We are all happy with you, and we pray that as we are celebrating this 25th coronation anniversary, that we will live long enough that we will celebrate the golden jubilee, the 50 years of throne. That is our prayer for you. And let me assure our people in Remo that all of those projects and programs that we have started, we will complete all of them by the grace of God.
In the Silver Jubilee Coronation Anniversary Address of the Akaribo Romoland over Dr. Adeni Shonariwo, Irijubo II, CON, he looked at the bumpy road of his installation as the Akaribo Romoland 25 years ago, which almost claimed his life. We thank God for the grace given to him to be strong, alive and kicking on the throne of his forefathers as he celebrates 25 years on the throne.
I, in a very loud voice, give praise, adoration, and thanks to the Almighty God, the giver of all good things, for giving me this unique privilege and opportunity to celebrate a Silver Jubilee anniversary on the throne of the Akaribo and the paramount ruler of Remo Kingdom.
The Akaribo took stock of the gains recorded by his administration in the areas of education, security, and provision of jobs for the teeming youths of Remo Kingdom.
Every town in Remo administers justice among its citizens without fear or favor. The fundamental human rights of our people are adequately protected. It is said that education is a bedrock for the development of any society. To this extent, the Development Association awards scholarships to brilliant and deserving students in all our institutions of learning at all levels.
The Akaribo solicited the help of the federal government in the repair of the road that links Ikorodu to Shagamu, which he said is still in dilapidated condition till today.
Between Ikorodu and Shagamu, the road has been very terrible. And every time we have a down session in the earthquake, that would have been another road that could have helped, but it's in bad condition. And again, we are taking the opportunity, now that we have the presidency around, they should look into this for us. It is not only for them, it's the people, but it is that road, it's meant for the whole of the country.
The Akaribo touched briefly on the issue of the creation of Ijebu or Remo State, which he says is long overdue, whichever way it goes.
This is an appropriate time and venue to discuss the creation of the so-called states, Ijebu State. Every Nigerian is aware that this province is #1 province in Nigeria, and is the one that will be given appropriate attention. But for reasons best known to the ministry, they will not jump out. We are still on the move, and we will give up.
The Akaribo of Remoland, Obadeni Shonariwo, was joined by all the dignitaries, including the Vice President, Professor Yemi Oshibajo, for the cutting of his anniversary cake, which was conducted by former President Olusegun Obasanjo.
20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25.
posthumous awards were given to 4 illustrious sons of Remoland in appreciation of their exceptional performance, sterling leadership qualities, and immense contributions to the rapid development of Remo, Ogun State, and Nigeria. He was honored while the late sage Chief Jeremiah Obafemi Awolowo was installed as the General Grand Commander of Remoland. Posthumously, he was represented by his daughter, Ambassador Tokunbo Awolowo Dusumu. The award was presented by Vice President Yemi Oshibajo. Late Chief M.S. Showale, who was represented by one of his sons, was also giving a posthumous award of the Grand Commander of Remoland. Late Chief Matthew Adekoya Okupe Agbomagbe, who established Wema Bank, the oldest indigenous commercial bank in Nigeria, was also given an award of the Grand Commander of Remo. He was also represented. The award was presented by former Governor Benga Daniel of Ogun State. Late Sir Hassan Odukale, an insurance magnate, was also honored posthumously with the award of the Grand Commander of Remoland. In his keynote address, Vice President Yemi Oshibajo, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, GCON, who said he was proud to be part of the great celebration as a worthy son of the soil, congratulated the Akaribo for being a shining example of the entire Remo nation, Ogun State and Nigeria, in the way he had piloted the affairs of the Remoland in the last 25 years. We wish him more years of peaceful reign on the stool of his forefathers. Vice President Yemi Oshibajo, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, GCON, stunned the audience with a prepared address delivered in impeccable and faultless Yoruba language.
Ó yẹ ká dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ kábíyèsí fún ipa tí wọ́n ń kó láti rí wípé ìjọba àpapọ̀ orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà gbé ìpàgọ́ àwọn agùnbánirọ̀ wá sí ìlú Ṣàgámù síwájú sí ilé ẹ̀kọ́ fún àwọn oníṣègùn òyìnbó náà kò ṣẹ̀yìn wọn. Nígbà tí ẹ gorí ìtẹ́, àwọn adigunjalè gba ìlú kan, ṣùgbọ́n kábíyèsí dá vigilante sílẹ̀ láti dáàbò bo ìlú. Ìlú bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí lójú, ìlú bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ráyè. Ẹ wo bí Ṣàgámù dẹ̀ ti gbòòrò tó nísìn. Kábíyèsí ìgbà yín sàn wá sówó, sàn wá sálàáfíà. Aboyún bímọ wẹ́rẹ́, àgọ́ ń tọwọ́ bòsùn, à ń kọ́lé mọ́lé. Àwọn ọmọ wa ń di sàràkí ìlú. Wọ́n ń dá ilé iṣẹ́ sílẹ̀, ilé ìtura, ọjà ńláńlá, ìlú Rẹ́mọ ń gbòòrò sí ní ìgbà tí ó máa ẹ̀ka dúpẹ́.
Which he ended with a song he rendered in his native Remo dialects, as he was joined by all to sing a congratulatory song for the Akaribo.
Bàbá wa, ara rẹ̀ á le. Bàbá wa, ara rẹ̀ á le. Àlàáfíà, àpẹẹrẹ ni o.
The vote of thanks is given by Ramo Tawo Alimi, the chairman of the publicity subcommittee of Akaribo's 25th coronation anniversary. The event ended as King Sunny Ade, King of World Beat, took on the celebrant and others with a stop-flight inimitable beats. All eyes were permanently fixed on former President Olusegun Obasanjo and the Oba of Lagos, as they both attempted to use that auspicious platform to bury the rumored forced relationship between them. Or is it that the press is the one crying more than the bereaved? Biscuit Communications heartily congratulates Oba Adeni Shonariwu. apart from the many significant qualities that endears to Nigerians and non-Nigerians alike, as a membership club of first reference, Island Club parades as grand patron, patrons, vice patrons, trustees, and indeed members of the club, distinguished gentlemen who are at the commanding heights of their different callings in life. The esteemed membership list of the Island Club include the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as a grand patron, the Governor of Lagos State as patron, while royal fathers and first-class monarchs from the different parts of the country are vice patrons of the club. The list of the royal fathers and first-class monarchs who belong to the esteemed vice patrons cadre of Island Club cut across the 6 geopolitical zones of Nigeria. Indeed, the distinct difference which the Island Club has made in social-political engineering matters reverberates far across the shores of Nigeria to neighboring Ghana. Here it attracts the royal monarch of Ashanti Kingdom, His Majesty Otumfo Osei Tutu II, into his most esteemed and respected fold of vice patrons. At the recent investiture of vice patrons, trustees, and new members of the Island Club, 3 new distinguished Nigerians were inducted into the most esteemed vice patrons cadre of the club. The Nigerians are Nigeria's former Chief of Army Staff and Defense Minister, Lieutenant General Tiwa Danjuma retired, GCON, Africa's richest man, Alhaji Aliko Dangote, GCON, and the Olafa Wafa in Kwara State, Oba Muftau Badamusi. The event, which took place at the Island Club premises on Friday, 17th of April 2015, also featured the decoration of all members of the reconstituted Board of Trustees of the Island Club, a program which would have taken place earlier last month, but for the unfortunate death of the chairman of the Board of Trustees of Island Club, Chief Maladi Okora Thomas. Clearly, the investiture of vice patrons, trustees, and new members of the Island Club is usually accorded a 7-star treatment, and this attracts the top echelon of society bigwigs from all sectors of life, as well as members of the Island Club, their friends, and family members. At this occasion, there was a royal presence of the Oba of Lagos, His Royal Majesty Oba Rilwan Akiri I, CFR, His Royal Majesty Oba Michael Adedotun Gbadebo, CFR, the Elector of Egbaland, who are vice patrons of the club in their different rights, and King Ebitibi Banigo, the Amayadabo of Okpoma Kingdom in Bayelsa State. To set the tone for the commencement of the event, Chief Commander Ebenezer Obey tantalized the audience with some quick, on-spur-of-the-moment compositions. Address of the chairman of Island Club, Prince Ademola Dada, he formally informed members of the desire of 3 distinguished Nigerians to join the Island Club as vice patrons, as well as the investiture of members of the reconstituted Board of Trustees of the club, as well as new members. Prince Ademola Dada stated that the Island Club was most delighted to have distinguished Nigerian icons, philanthropists, leading entrepreneurs, and statesmen to join the club. Prince Ademola Dada stated that the club was honoring the gentlemen with the highly respected vice patronship of the club in recognition of their immense contribution to uplift society and progress of humanity at large. The chairman also solicited generous financial support towards the building of the multi-story car park project, which is aimed at easing parking problems of members of the club and the public in the Oniko axis of Lagos. He reminded the audience that the foundation laying ceremony of the car park project was performed by President Goodluck Jonathan during the 70th foundation anniversary of the club in October 2013.
Tonight, we shall be decorating 3 notable Nigerians who have accepted our invitation to become our vice patrons. Tonight, we shall be decorating, as I've said earlier on, 3 notable Nigerians who have accepted our invitation to become our vice patron. Of course, I have said earlier on that I welcome His Royal Majesty Oba Mufutau Mohammed Oluyede Badamosi, who is ably represented today. One of the vice patrons to be decorated, we have a distinguished Nigerian, Lieutenant General Theophilus Danjuma, retired, GCON, and respected business tycoon, Alhaji Aliko Dangote, GCON. Both General Danjuma and Alhaji Dangote have touched so many lives, and that generosity is felt not only by Nigerians, but also by foreigners all over the world. The Island Club is honoring this business giant tonight because of their concern for an immense contribution to humanity and the society in which they live. May their businesses continue to thrive, and may God continue to grant them good health.
The investiture of the trustees of Island Club was conducted by the chairman, who called them out one after the other for decoration. Alhaji Musiliu Olaya Nibaba, Chief Olushola Fale, Chief Adebayo Alabi Adejumo, Professor W. John Godwin, who joined the club in 1954, Chief Sonny Iwedike Odogu, who also joined in the 50s. Others are Chief Esobi Babalola, Engineer Samuel Adebaidi, and Chief S.M. Olakun, Senior Advocate of Nigeria.
In the name of God the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. His Royal Majesty, Ọba Aremu, Oṣuọlálé Akeolu the First, I hereby decorate you with this honor given by the Island Club of Lagos as a trustee of the club.
It's a great honor to decorate on behalf of the chairman, the distinguished trustee of the Island Club. May God Almighty continue to honor you as you serve the Island Club, Nigeria, and humanity at large. On behalf of the Oba of Lagos, Oba Rilwan Aremu, Oṣuọlálé Akeolu the First, Oba of Lagos, I hereby decorate you with this honor given by the Island Club of Lagos as trustee of Island Club. May God continue to bless you.
Before the vice patrons were inducted, beginning with the Olofa of Ofa, Oba Muftau Mohammed Oluyede Badamosi, their citations were read. According to his citation, the Olofa of Ofa, who was unavoidably unavailable, was represented by one of his chiefs. According to his biography, the Olofa of Ofa, Oba Oluyede Badamosi, acquired his education from the Sokoto and Zamfara state axes, where he bagged Grade 2 Teacher's Certificate. He was at the Birnin Kebbi Polytechnic, Kebbi State, where he got his National Diploma in Building Technology. He acquired a Bachelor of Science degree in Building Technology from the Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria. The Olofa had his youth corps program at the Katsina State Housing Authority before ascending the throne of his forefathers in 2010 as the 24th Olofa. Oba Muftau Mohammed Oluyede Badamosi, the king, the farmer, the builder, the entrepreneur, and the philanthropist, was full-time into buying and selling of rice, sugar, salt, and the cement business.
On behalf
of Island Club, and I sincerely hope that it will be, as I'm sure it will be, appreciated by you forever. Right, okay. Look. Excellent.
Lieutenant General T.Y. Danjuma retired. No doubt left shining legacies in the military before he retired in October 1979. These have remained indelible reminders of his very eventful tour of duty as an officer gentleman. It is to the credit of General T.Y. Danjuma that he established the Command Secondary School in each of the 4 Army divisions to cater for the education of soldiers' children. It was General T.Y. Danjuma that established the Army Command and Staff College, and this gave officers of the rank of Major who because of the Civil War missed the staff course the rare opportunity to attend the compressed first 2 courses to enhance their academic and professional training. Lieutenant General Danjuma laid the foundation for the upgrading of the Nigerian Defense Academy to a degree-awarding institution. Today, 36 years out of the military, 78 years General T.Y. Danjuma is a distinguished and highly respected businessman with flourishing enterprises in shipping, oil and gas, insurance, and much more. Lieutenant General T.Y. Danjuma is quite active in Christian religious affairs. He is a philanthropist and founder of the T.Y. Danjuma Foundation, a philanthropy dedicated to the provision of free primary health care, education, and poverty alleviation for the rural community. His award was presented to him by Chief Sonny Iwelike Odogo, one of the trustees of the Island Club.
And with the power conferred on me by Island Club, and by the grace of the Oba of Lagos, the Oba of Egbaland, I honorably vest on you the member of the
Next was Alhaji Aliko Dangote, GCON, the 58-year-old Africa's richest man, a business administration graduate of the Al-Azhar University in Cairo, Egypt. Alhaji Aliko Dangote began business as a trader at the young age of 21 years. 30 years down the line, Alhaji Aliko Dangote has nurtured the Dangote Group into an international business conglomerate with interest in cement, sugar, salt, flour, poly-products, real estate, agriculture, telecommunications, steel, oil and gas, and the beverage. The Dangote Group has the largest sugar refinery in Africa, with interests spread across 16 African countries. Dangote Group has 3 companies listed on the Nigerian Stock Exchange, and perhaps it's one of the biggest stakeholders in the Nigerian capital market today. In December 2014, Alhaji Aliko Dangote was named Forbes Africa Person of the Year. In April 2014, Times Magazine listed him among its 100 most influential people in the world. Forbes Magazine listed Alhaji Dangote as the most powerful man in Africa and among the 25 richest people in the world. Alhaji Aliko Dangote is a member of the Clinton Global Initiative, a humanitarian foundation set up by the former U.S. President to strengthen the capacity of people throughout the world. He's also a member of the World Economic Forum. Alhaji Aliko Dangote was given his award by Chief Olakorin, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, who is also a trustee of the Island Club, while the chairman, Prince Ademola Dada, decorated him with the colors of the Island Club. New members of the Island Club were also formally admitted into the club. Prominent faces among those inducted include transport and hospitality magnate Chidi Anyebu Emefong alias Chisco, Lagos State Commissioner for Special Duties Dr. Adewale Ahmed, Chief Ugo Ofodile, Mr. Damian Obianigwe, a former top customs officer, Mr. Michael Adebamawo, and others. The induction ceremony was performed by the chairman of Island Club, Prince Ademola Dada. In their acceptance speeches, the new inductees promised to contribute their quota to the continued success of the Island Club. Some actually pledged financial assistance towards the construction of the multi-story car park initiated by Island Club Chairman Prince Ademola Dada to give people who commute in the Onikon-Island access of Lagos some respite in terms of adequate parking space. Island Club's investiture of vice patrons, trustees, and new members ended on a convivial note as Chief Commander Binizobe entertained with his golden oldies. Alhaji Muhammad Ataba Sani Omolori, a prince from Ebira in Kogi State, who was born in Okene on the 7th of June 1961, son of the immediate past Ohinohi of Ebira loves his home place and the grassroots in Okene with deep passion. Alhaji Muhammad Sani Omolori, who now occupies the exalted office of the Clerk of Nigeria's House of Representatives, had his elementary and secondary education in Okene. He was at the Katsina College of Arts, Science and Technology Zaria for his advanced level certificate. He was admitted to the Ahmadu Bello University Zaria to read law in 1979, graduating with LLB honors in 1982. He was called to the bar in 1983 as a solicitor and advocate of the Supreme Court of Nigeria. Alhaji Muhammad Sani Omolori did his National Youth Service primary assignment at the Sokoto House of Assembly, after which he transferred his service to the headquarters of the 7th Mechanized Infantry Brigade of the Nigerian Army, Sokoto, as legal advisor. His real working experience began in 1976, incidentally, when his father was the chairman of Ebira Traditional Council, where he worked as a private secretary. Alhaji Sani Mohammed Omolori also worked with the Ajaokuta Steel Company Limited as a legal advisor. He had a stint at the National Assembly. He was at the Royal Institute of Public Administration, London, for a course in legislative drafting. He also attended the Public Law Center, New Orleans, Louisiana, United States, and Nigeria's Institute of Advanced Legal Studies. Alhaji Muhammad Sani Omolori has occupied vantage positions through which he has contributed remarkably to what the legal department of the National Assembly is today. He was the acting director of the Legal Services Department of the National Assembly from 2002 to 2006. He earned a promotion to the position of substantive director in 2007. Alhaji Muhammad Sani Omolori became the clerk of the Federal House of Representatives on the 4th of February 2010. A position he still occupies till today. He is a member of the Nigerian Bar Association, African Bar Association, Commonwealth Lawyers Association, and Commonwealth Association of Legislative Councils. He is married with children. With his impressive record of achievement, solid academic background, and most importantly, Alhaji Sani Mohammed Omolori's enormous contributions to Ebira land, Kogi State of Nigeria, the decision of the Ohinohi of Ebira land and the Ebira Traditional Council to honor him with the traditional title of the Chiroma of Ebira land, which is considered as one of the most respected traditional titles in Ebira land, is well thought out. This will spur him to use his enormous goodwill and extensive connection to properly position Ebira land and Kogi State in terms of infrastructural development and improvement of the well-being of the people. Activities lined up for the grand turbaning ceremony of Alhaji Muhammad Ataba Sani Omolori as the Chiroma of Ebira land in Kogi State of Nigeria began with a dinner and gala night which was organized by the wives of Alhaji Omolori at their family house in Lafia Street, Okene. This is to formally welcome and prepare the guests and dignitaries for the grand reception. Desert Palace in Okene, Kogi State, where His Royal Majesty Alhaji Dr. Ado Ibrahim Atta III CON holds sway as the Ohinohi of Ibira land and the chief custodian of the cultures and tradition of Ibira people, played host to a galaxy of dignitaries across the country and beyond that had come to be part of the historic event. As the dignitaries streamed in, the rich culture and heritage of Ibira people was on showcase. Among the dignitaries in attendance at the event were architect Yomiya Wuni, who stood in for Governor Idris Wada of Kogi State. The honoree's colleagues in the House of Representatives gave him a very solid backing. Leading the pack was the Right Honorable Emeka Ihedioha, CON, the Speaker of Nigeria's House of Representatives. There's also Honorable Melikat Adeola Kondi, the House Leader, Honorables Abike Dabiri Erewa and Uche Kwinife, and others. The Honoree Alhaji Mohammed Sani Maluri, who was supported by his wives and family members, looked very regal and graceful in the traditional garb he was wearing, which carries all the power and influence of his office as the Chiroma of Ibira land. By his turbaning as the Chiroma of Ibira land, Alhaji Mohammed Sani Maluri, the clerk of the Federal House of Representatives, can be rightly regarded as the Crown Prince and indeed the traditional Prime Minister of Ibira land, who henceforth can represent the interest of Ibira people across the country and even beyond, in tandem with the advice of the Ohinohi of Ibira land. Welcome address, the Ohinohi of Ibira land, His Royal Majesty Alhaji Dr. Ado Ibrahim Atta III CON, on behalf of the Ibira Area Traditional Council and the entire people of Ibira land, expresses profound appreciation to the Kogi State Government, leadership and membership of the National Assembly, and indeed all those who had come to honor one of the illustrious sons of Ibira land, who according to him had held the worthy legacies of service to the people of Ibira land and people of Kogi State and Nigerians in general very loftily in all its areas of endeavor with grace and dignity. The Ohinori said the people of Ibira land are very proud of him, hoping that other sons and daughters of Ibira land will emulate people like him. Kogi State Deputy Governor, Architect Yomi Awoniyi, who delivered the address of Governor Idris Wada of Kogi State, said Ibira people could not have chosen a better candidate for the exalted traditional office of the Chiroma, because he was sure that Alhaji Mohammed Sanya Maluri, as a great asset to Ibira land and Kogi State, will use his good offices to better the lot of his people.
I'd like to congratulate the new Chiroma of Ibira land for his very, very noble elevation by His Royal Majesty in assuming the title of the Chiroma of Ibira land. It's quite clear to those of us who know you well that this is an honor that's most appropriate coming from the Royal Majesty to your good self. Also, the records know that this bestowment connotes is most important and should not be weighed with a mere hand. I celebrate that God Almighty will continue to empower His Royal Majesty with wisdom and understanding and the ability to continue to do things of this nature, principally because it fosters unity, development and progress in the Ibira land. On behalf of myself and my family, I would like to congratulate you on your turbaning as the Chiroma of Ibira. Your selection for this rare honor by the Ibira Traditional Council headed by His Royal Majesty Alhaji Dr. Ado Ibrahim Matadeko, the Ohinori of Ibira land, is no doubt well deserved. I am also aware that this prestigious title is being given to you in recognition of your worthy contributions to Ibira land and your meritorious services to Kogi State and Nigeria as a whole.
Other people spoke glowingly of the new Chiroma of Ibira land, whom they all praised for his great contributions to the upliftment of the people of Ibira land. They urged him to see the honor as a great challenge to do even more for his people.
We're here to celebrate his good work. We're also here to celebrate with the family for this very honor being given to him. To that extent, I can say that this honor is well deserved. It's one honor, if given to him, will make him to do those things that he's been doing for the people of this community. We can see that this is a man of the people and a man well loved and well cherished by members of the House of Representatives.
On the clerk of the house, I have known him for the past 5 years, and I believe being a prince, and prince always believe on the goodwill of his people. So I believe the clerk of the house has done well for his schedule of his duties and with his commitment to his community. I think he's well deserved to be given as the chairman of Ibira land. I wish him the best.
He was my classmate in the university. Yes, we were at ABU together. The clerk to me has always been a brother, and he's a man with a very large heart. He's very accommodating and very friendly, and he's a man that speaks his heart out, you know, in terms when there's any issue.